Hey everybody, this is Scorpio doing my first YouTube video for Rocket League, and I wanted to show you a neat little trick that I've learned from another video. I can't remember the guy's name or his YouTube channel, but he gave me this idea. If you run across it, that's where I got the idea from, but I've kind of changed a little bit of things to it. What I've done, you have to have two controllers. You can have you can make dummy profiles to gain crates and stuff like that, or items, and you want to use this controller here for when you're playing, because that'll be your main profile, whatever you want to do. And then you have your secondary controller, which you will end up turning off after you sign in your 3 or 2 profiles to grind with to get your crates or whatever you're going after. So what you do, you use your secondary controller, you go and hit the guide button, go over to switch profiles, and sign in to your secondary accounts, and then you hit your 3-line button, which is this button here, and then it'll sign you in. Then you rinse and repeat, sign in all your profiles. You just go to switch profile, because I already have my profile signed in. Just go to your second one. The same thing. And keep in mind, this controller, this one here, will be turned off, and your profiles will stay signed in. Sorry that I'm so close to the TV. I'm sorry. I have to do it because I'm close to the TV. Go down to your last profile, sign it in, and then you take, I'm going to flip my controller over. I have my battery backed off, so just unplug it, undo it. You'll get that notification. It'll stay up on your screen, but don't worry about it and everything. So then what you do, go to your main controller, which will be this car right here, which is your main profile. You go over to, you get out here first, sorry. Go to play. Since you have 4 players signed in, you just go to chaos mode. That's already selected. And then you hit your find match. While I'm doing that, I got this nifty little thing. It's a hairbreadth. Which, the reason why I'm using Afterglow, because of the rumble packs, and this is really good. I just turned them up real high to get the vibrating for the controller to pulsate the triggers so I don't get kicked. I'm trying to do this with one hand. It's not easy. Oh, damn. Hang on, let me pause it and let me fix this real quick. As you see, I have got the hairbreadth on the controller, which it'll rumble real loud. And as you see, the secondary controller is off, and you have 4 profiles signed in. As you see, that's my main profile, and you hear the rumbling. It'll play, keep playing, and everything. And as you see, the controller is rumbling, and the trigger pulsates. So it'll keep you from getting kicked out, because it'll think you're actually playing. As you see, you're not getting any notification or anything whatsoever. So, I guess I'm getting the notification this time. Oh crap, hang on. Now keep in mind, I'm sorry about that. It slipped out of its spot. So you really don't want to walk away for too long if you might have it in the wrong place. Because it has to be high up on the trigger so the trigger can pulsate good enough to keep you in the match and everything. So I'm sorry for having to cut out parts of the video, but that's what I'm doing. As you can see, I'm still moving around. And another tip, go into your settings and put in your for your boost trigger, your boost button, make it as your drive trigger as well, so when you are boosting, it'll make the controller rumble and the triggers will pulsate as well, so that if you're not getting hit or so on and so forth, you can stay in the match. Because you'll sometimes hit the boost anyway because you'll be moving around. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause it and wait until after the end of the match, and I will be back. Because I don't want you to have to sit here through this whole darn video watching a match that doesn't really matter because you're only after the crates. As you can hear the controller. But I'll be back. Okay, as you see, I'm back. We're at the pretty much the 1 minute mark. And as you see, the controller's still pulsating and everything and keeping me in the game. The controller's still off, as you see, still off. And still in the game. Just taking forever because they keep scoring. So, but keep in mind now, what was I going to say? Great. But anyway, you got to have another console or a friend you trust to get all your items that you get from these profiles here onto your main profile. If you're lucky enough to have another console, you can sign in with your main profile and trade everything over from your other profiles to your main profile. Because a lot of people don't keep in mind that's what they have to do because they can't trade on console with other profiles on the same console. So keep in mind that you have to have a friend or another console to trade your items over to your main profile. And another thing, you can also switch your profile and everything. I'll show you real quick. If you want to play, if you're sitting there playing and everything, you can also go over and switch profile mid-game. If I can get my cursor to go down. Oh, it's already down. I have the ban on. But if you can switch profile, you can switch to the other profiles and play on those as well. So you can play with those profiles, and your main profile will be signed in. Your main profile will be still signed in, but keep in mind when you go back to the main menu, you got to switch back to your main profile before you go back to the main menu and everything. So keep that in mind. We've got 11 seconds left. They've scored 14 times, which that's obsessive. They could just let the clock run down, but they're going to do what they're going to do. So, but if you find somebody, and keep in mind if you find somebody that's doing the same thing, you can say, hey, let's go into overtime and work together. You win one, I win one, and keep doing it into overtime because you get more items and more crates faster that way. So keep that in mind as well, because a lot of guys that crate farm are on late of an evening, and they'll be doing pretty much the same thing. As you see, blue team won, game's over, and as you see, they'll show the sequence of the winners and so on and so forth, and then your items will pop up. As you see, my main profile didn't get anything that time. It does that for some weird reason, but you got a grenade and so on and so forth because these profiles are not all the way leveled up. But you'll get stuff off and on. So keep in mind that's what you have to do to get crates if you want them. And who doesn't want crates to trade off to get other stuff, or who doesn't want to if you have keys, who doesn't want to open crates to get new stuff? So, but that's the video. Scorpio is signing off, and hopefully have a nice day, and like and subscribe. There will be other videos something like this. So, and peace out.